Hi, today I am going to tell you how my mom treated my son. She came to us when my baby was born in August 2022, and from the very beginning I noticed the difference in her attitude towards my children. My daughter became her favorite grandchild, and she treated my son badly. Actually, when my mama lived with us before Canada, she treated the same my daughter. My daughter threw into tantrums. She had problems with controlling her emotions, and my mom believed that she had an awful character. And now everything changed. My daughter became her favorite grandchild, and she started treating my son badly, though he was a nice boy. Um, he was quiet and he was quite a good boy. He didn't have problems with his behavior before my mom came to us. Comparisons, mocking, irony, sarcasms are my mom's common tools. In December 2022, my son and my baby got sick with COVID, and my son didn't have fever, so he stayed at home, and my baby had fever, so my husband and I took our baby to the emergency. When we were leaving our home, my son was on the potty, and in 3 hours, we came back home, and my son was on the potty. And my mom told me that she asked him to get up, but he didn't want. And she offered him something to eat, but he didn't want. Um, I went to my son, and he was sitting with bare feet, and his feet were cold, and he was cold. And I checked the potty, and it was full of diarrhea liquid. So my mom first, she didn't find any words to let a small child who was 4 years old to stand up, and second, she didn't check his potty for 3 hours. So for 3 hours, my son was on the potty. He was cold, ill, and unhappy. That moment, I was just furious. I told my mom that I noticed the difference in her attitude towards my children. I told her that if my older daughter, was in that situation, she would have found words to let her stand up, but she couldn't find any words for my son. And my mom answered. She was calm, and she answered, "Oh, um, uh, nobody can force her to love somebody." So she just agreed that she didn't love my son. And my mom also set my older daughter against my son. Before she came, my children played together. They played board games, they played card games, but then they stopped doing this. And she discussed my son with my daughter. She criticized him, she mocked at him. I became angrier and angrier, and I was so angry one moment that my mom decided to change her behavior, but only in my presence. Um, she started being so kind in my presence, and also she was kind with me, as she understood that I was not going to tolerate some things. But when I was in the other room, I just understood that nothing changed. She was rude with my son, and she mocked at him with my daughter. Actually, when my daughter was small, I also noticed some things like this. So, in my presence, she tried to be good with my daughter, but when I was in the other room, I just heard that something wrong was going on. My husband was present in the room when I had that talk about potty with my mom, but he didn't say a word. So he didn't protect me, he didn't protect his son. But later he came to me and started blaming me that I couldn't find a common language with my mom, and why did I argue with her all the time, and so on and so on. My husband never disciplined my son, and um, he never taught him anything. He never educated him. So it was only me who disciplined my son and who dealt with his emotions. And at this moment, my son has problems with controlling his negative emotions, and he has problems. He has fights with his sisters, with his big sister and with his small sister. Thank you. Bye bye.